Hi everyone, it's Daniel here. Today I'll be reviewing a certain children's show. And which one will it be today? Well, it is actually Thomas and Friends. So yeah, I've got Series 1 here, Series 2 here, and Series 3. So yeah, I'm just going to stick to these three today. I got all three of these DVDs for a good deal on eBay, you know, $9.99 to be exact. So that's a really good price for three DVDs. And yeah, why am I just reviewing these three seasons today? Why not seasons 4 and 5? Because clearly seasons 1 to 5 classes the golden age for Thomas. But yeah, well, I don't have seasons 4 and 5 for 1 and 2. You know, these three seasons were the only ones to be restored. And they did a very good job at restoring them. You know, the episodes look a lot cleaner, and yeah, it just looks more pretty. And yeah, they did some things right and some things not so right, because you know there's some goofs in the background because of the picture format and all that. Like the size of the film, you can see goofs in the background. They're clearly obvious, but yeah, beautiful shots of the viaduct, you know, that sort of thing. So yeah, they did a really good job in my opinion. And yeah, of Thomas and Friends. Just love the show. I can't say any more about it, but yeah. Also, I did not a review, but I did a remembrance thing for Britt Elcroft, so you can check that out if you want to. Rest in peace to Britt and David Mitton and the Reverend W. Audrey, all fantastic people. And yeah, let's start off with, of course, Series 1, which aired in 1984. Luckily, all the episodes are in chronological order, from episodes 1 to 26. I know the Series 7 DVD, yeah, the episodes are in a weird order, which I don't like, so. But yeah, luckily, all the episodes are in order here. I would name them all, but I'm going to talk about that another day. Of course, there's 26 episodes. Of course, the series starts with Thomas and Gordon and ends with Thomas's Christmas party. And in between, we get introduced to a lot of characters, which I'll talk about in a sec. So here's the front. Something I don't like about these DVDs, I don't like how they use like new pictures or like recent photos of the characters instead of using the promotional photos used from like 1984 Series 1. At the time the series would have took place. Yeah, I'm not that keen because it makes the show look modern, but then you watch it and then you're like, oh, this is from the 1980s. I didn't know that. For the more younger viewers, of course, but oh well. So here's the front, got a picture of Thomas, red background, rated U, of course, because it's a children's show. Here's the spine, and here's the back. And yeah, we've got a lot of characters here. So we've got Edward, Toby, Percy, James, Henry, the Fat Controller, Gordon, Terence, and Bertie. Of course, Annie and Clarabelle as well, Thomas's branchline coaches, and Henrietta, Toby's coach. And yeah, I love Series 1. I think Series 1 is one of the best in my opinion. It's quite a simple series, you know, it's quite relaxed, you know, the camera doesn't move a lot, but it doesn't have to. I mean, this is probably the most chilled Thomas season ever. We don't get crashes until like halfway. The first ever crash we got was when Thomas crashed into the snow in Thomas, Terence and the Snow. But yeah, I think this series is great way to start the show. And yeah, and this is the only series, like this is the only, I'm not going to get into this debate again. This is the only season not to be filmed at Shepperton Studios. From Series 2 onwards, they would film Thomas in that studio, so that's pretty cool. I can't believe they filmed it in the same studio. I filmed the show in the same studio from like Series 2, which aired in 1986, and then up to Series 12, which aired in 2008. That's absolutely crazy, I know. But yeah, a few other shows were filmed there. I think Thomas was actually the first show filmed there because they filmed a few films there. Dad's Army, Flash Gordon, Notting Hill, TV shows like sitcoms like Last of the Summer Wine from 1990 onwards, Red Dwarf, the latest series of that, and Vicar of Dibley as well. So yeah, very cool. I'm going to read the summary at the back, by the way, so why not? All aboard for the first ever series of Thomas and Friends. Join Thomas together with his friends Edward, Gordon, Henry, James, Percy, and of course the Fat Controller, Watch how Thomas earns his own branch railway line and how James has trouble with the trucks. 3 times, I know. Absolutely ridiculous. James, come on. Of course, we all know the episodes Thomas and the Breakdown Train, Troublesome Trucks and Dirty Objects. All fantastic. Dirty Objects is one of the best crash scenes ever. Like, honestly. And then, yeah, got the disc here. Very cool. I love the colours, but I'm not keen on how they use, like, recent photos of, like, promotional images of, just, like, Thomas and all the characters. These are taken during, like, Series 6 and 7, I think, and maybe Series 8. They should have just used the ones from Series 1. Would have been quite fitting, but oh well. But now, we are moving on to the next series, and which one is it? Well, oh, and by the way, special edition, because these series have been restored, and yeah, just the way they look. And very clean, very fancy, you know, fancy DVDs, you know, to attract the kids and all that. And make them glued onto the screen, you know, like I was when I was younger. But yeah, now moving on to Series 2. Now, do I prefer this series over Series 1? Yes, I definitely do. This is the first series filmed at Shepperton, which they would film the show from now on, up until like the model series ended. We've got another picture of Thomas, very nice. And then we've got the blue and the yellow, very nice. So there's the front, spine and the back. The characters, of course, we've got Thomas, Edward, Percy, James, Henry, Gordon, Bertie, and Donald and Douglas. And we've also got other characters introduced. A lot of characters are introduced in this season. The new Troublesome Trucks with the, you know, the new faces and all that. Get introduced to Trevor, Harold, Duck, Diesel, Daisy, Boko, Bill and Ben. Terence is also in this season. Of course, the Fat Controller's in this season. So many characters introduced. The Spriteful Brakevan, who's only in that one episode. The series starts off with Thomas, Percy and Cole and ends with Thomas and the missing Christmas tree. So, yeah. I'm going to read the summary, by the way, which is, of course, right here. It's full steam ahead for Thomas and his friends in the complete second season. Watch as Thomas crashes through the wall of the station master's house. Of course, that's Thomas comes to breakfast. Goes missing and manages to be spooked by Percy. It's not only Thomas who's up to tricks as we join his friends Donald, Douglas, Gordon, James, and of course the Fat Controller. Is he a friend of the Engines? Well, he's a controller, isn't he? So, of course, references to Ghost Train and I believe The Runaway. But yeah, absolutely fantastic series. I love this series. Of course, I forgot to mention Ringo Starr narrates the first 2 series of this show, so thumbs up to him. I love Ringo Starr as a narrator. Of course, drummer of the Beatles. Like, honestly, his narration in Series 2, like, in Series 1, he was quite chilled. You know, proper got into the show quite quick. But Series 2, honestly, his narration is fantastic. You can tell he's excited for, like, to narrate these stories. But yeah, I absolutely love Series 2. I think it might be my favourite series. Like, one of my favourite episodes is Close Shave, where Duck crashes into the barber shop. Absolutely brilliant, and just like he's literally going down Gordon's Hill after finishing his work with Edward after he gets sent away by the Fat Controller for something he didn't do. Of course, Diesel was behind all that. Goes down the hill, drives past the signal, and then like his theme just stops, and then you get like this suspense chord like played on the synth. You know, I don't know how to describe this, but yeah, basically a dramatic like chord plays, and then you know there's trouble. The trucks go like loose down the hill, down Gordon's Hill, and then they end up chasing Duck, and he ends up crashing into the barber shop. Yeah. Yeah, not on Troublesome Trucks, not on. But yeah, there's a disc for Series 2, very nice. Yeah, you love a disc. So yeah, Series 2, absolutely fantastic. I love this series. I definitely remember watching most of the episodes on VHS. I've got quite a few of them. I think I've done a Thomas VHS video. Yeah, I have. It's one of my most popular, but yeah, you can check that out if you want to. And finally, moving on to Series 3, which aired, Series 1 aired in 1984, Series 2 aired in 1986, and Series 3 aired in 1991, I think, or maybe 1992, I'm not sure, but yeah. Ringo Starr, yeah, he didn't come back to narrate Thomas. Instead, we got Michael Angelis, who is a fantastic actor, and he will be missed by us all. Series 3, absolutely fantastic series this is. Michael's narration, yeah, I've heard people say, yeah, his narration isn't the strongest, but for a first series, not bad. I absolutely love his narration here. Of course, in like the later series, like seasons 5 and 6, his narration would be like just like fantastic, like just as good as Ringo's narration from series 2. But yeah, so yeah, here's the front, here's the spine, and here's the back. Another thing I don't like, look, you can see salty. Why? So yeah, there's the back. Characters, of course, we've got Thomas, Edward, Toby, Percy, James, Henry, and Gordon. And Diesel comes back, causing trouble, of course. Got various other characters. Daisy doesn't end up coming back, but we get Boko back, which is nice. Yeah, those two had like the same face masks and the same like body, which, yeah, fair enough. Daisy wasn't even meant to be in season 2. Like, we were supposed to have various episodes like Percy's Promise, The Missing Coach, Gordon Goes Foreign, and I believe Double Header. But those episodes didn't happen, so yeah. They were still working on The Missing Coach, but then Britt Allcroft called it quits at the last second. And then Better Late Than Never, I believe, was the fill-in episode. I could be wrong, I don't know, just, yeah. but yeah, series 3 is fantastic. We start off with a scarf of Percy and then ending with Thomas and Percy's Christmas adventure. We get some new characters like Mavis and Oliver. And we also get Bulgy as well in Oliver's Breakfast Toad. And yeah, we get the City of Truro and the Flying Scotsman, who's you can only see as tenders, but yeah. Not as many new characters as in series 2, but oh well. All aboard for some fun-packed adventure in this collection of every episode from series 3. Join Thomas and his friends as they welcome Mavis to Sodor. Of course, in the episodes, Mavis and Toby's tightrope, which gets introduced and, you know, saves Toby from saves him from the bridge and the dam. Meanwhile, Percy has a terrible fright when he confronts a huge dragon, Thomas, Percy and the dragon, but nobody believes him. Yeah. Let's open the DVD up. There's the disc, very nice. Quite like the colour patterns, like, I love how fancy these look. I just wish they used older photos of, old promotional photos from the series that's, you know, that they're releasing. But yeah, I would love to get series 4 and 5. I'm looking into getting them. I did have series 6 and 7, but I sold them because I was going to get this box set, but too expensive, so I'm not going to bother. And I got these 3 from eBay for $9.99. Very good discount, very good deal. And yeah, the seller was really nice, and yeah, yeah, all the best for me when buying these DVDs. So yeah, series 1, absolutely fantastic. The only series not to be filmed at Shepperton, but you know, I believe Brit had to sell a house to afford the show, which the show cost £500,000 to produce, and then series 2 was on a higher budget, and then series 3 cost like $1 million. So these, even though these are children, like Thomas is a children's show, wasn't cheap, honest. Making all these model trains, doing all them crashes, just brilliant. In series 1, I was about to say, for series 1, I was going to pick my favourite episode, but I might say that for another day. Fingers crossed, I might even rank each episode from these 3 series, you never know. But yeah, that'll be an interesting, they'll be interesting videos, to be fair. But yeah, I'll definitely do them at some point. So yeah, in conclusion, series 1 is great. Also, another thing that I really like about this series, we start off with just Thomas, Edward, Henry, Gordon and James. Obviously they want a budget, so they just use them 5 characters and this other character called Marklin. But yeah, and then Percy gets introduced more than halfway, and Toby, and of course Terence and Bertie. Toby's only in 4 episodes. Toby and the Stout Gentleman, Thomas in Trouble, Dirty Objects, and Thomas's Christmas Party. So yeah, series 1's great. Series 2 is perfect. Like, honestly, I love this series. Yeah, there was a few things that, yeah, like episodes that didn't happen, but you know, I actually love how Daisy was in this series. It makes total sense because Thomas comes to breakfast, Thomas gets sent away to be repaired, get introduced to Daisy, Percy's predicament, Percy has a crush, Thomas comes back, and yeah, just brilliant series, I love it, and just yeah, Series 2 might even be my favourite series of the show. Either this series or Series 5, like, honestly. Series, season, whatever. But yeah, Series 3 is fantastic as well, absolutely gorgeous, especially the restored version. Even though, like, these restored versions do have mistakes, there's some things I actually do like about them, you know. But yeah, Series 3, absolutely fantastic, you know, the stories are great, and yeah, absolutely love Series 3. I love all three of these series. So yeah, thank you for watching, everyone. Let me know what you think of Series 1, Series 1, 2 and 3 of Thomas respectively, and yeah. Should I review Series 4 to 5? Well, I'm going to do it anyway, so tough luck for you. But yeah, anyhow, thanks once again, everyone. Take it easy, and I shall see you all next time in a bit, and peace.